Welcome to Five Fire Minutes. My name is Andrew David Weber. I'm with Jorge Valentine. How you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me.
You got a new single coming out that you want to talk about, and I'm just gonna let you do it. I'm gonna
Mhm.
let you go off on it.
Yeah, I have this EP that's coming out in about 6 to 8 weeks. I haven't set an exact date, but it'll be in January, is what I'm thinking. But the third single that I'm releasing is called Lifelines. I'm throwing it out there on Christmas Day because I thought it'd be a nice kind of just, it's a little more hopeful of a song. I've put out some darker stuff in the last two singles. And this was a song that I wrote, I think it was last December. I was like in my room, I think on the floor on my back, just like I gotta survive. Like it was a tough time. It was like a month after, probably about a month after my divorce started. So it was like just going through a lot of stuff there. And yeah, for the first time ever, I just had this feeling of like, I don't think I'm strong enough. So like something inside me was like, I guess maybe there's something up there watching over me because I think I just needed to believe it in the moment. And so the song that's about finding faith a little bit came out of me. Uh, which is surprising because I've never had that feeling before in my life, really. And since then, there's been just kind of like weaving in and out of those feelings throughout the last year, and now it's becoming a little bit more of a constant, but just not necessarily religious as it is like spiritual, you know.
Yeah,
So it's interesting. Yeah, I'm hoping that it'll, for people that are maybe not in a great place for the holidays, having that song come out will maybe be a reminder that those dark times really do bring you some good stuff in the long run.
that's a pretty powerful situation, man. That's a pretty powerful thing. I like that you said you hope that it resonates with other people. It sounds like you're balanced. It's like this song is for me, but I hope it also resonates with other people.
It's definitely been a lot of extremes and trying to find balance with everything in life. And I think that's why they talk about, I'm sure you've seen somewhere it's like the writing specifically and universally is like how you get like hit songs. It's like
Yeah,
it feels like that person's like writing about my life, but it's written in a way that a lot of people can say that. But it's got to feel true to you first. Otherwise, it's never going to be really like
right.
powerful for anyone else. So I think it's just a natural progression. Like you have to be very you focused, and then as you kind of just move through life, you start to become like able to say it in a way that everybody feels like it's right about them. Because I think you just can't force it. Like when you force it, then it comes like somebody could just tell you're kind of like playing to the audience, you know?
Yeah. Do you have any songs? I don't know if this has ever happened to you. Do you have any songs that at the time you're writing them, you're using your emotions, but your emotions are so unclear and you don't really know what you're doing with it. You're just pouring out these words and these feelings, and like then maybe the movement of the song makes sense to you in the time. And then you listen to that same song like a year later and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, I know exactly what I was talking about. Or like,
Yep.
or I'm going through
Yep.
that right now. And like you feel like you're hearing somebody else's song or somebody else is speaking to you, even though it's you.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with this, I was married for, it'll be almost 7 years now as January comes here, but we were together for basically 12, 13 years. And it's like, really, I've been writing songs about how I need to get out of this relationship for like many years when I like happen to look back and it's like, man, not listening to your real feelings is it's a sad thing because you waste so much time, but like your body knows, right? Like in some way or another it comes out. You just have to be like honest and aware enough to use those cues, which is I think the biggest change I've made in life. It's just like this doesn't feel right. I'm gonna say no. Like
Right.
such a big part I think of just being any artist of any kind is like being willing to say those things that are like,
Yeah.
I don't really want people to see me feeling this way, but like somebody has to show people it's okay to like feel that way. Obviously you don't go out there and hurt people, but like you gotta say it, you gotta let it out somewhere, and art is like a way to do it more safely.
Right.
Um, and so I think that's been a big thing for me. It's like I don't know about your life experience, but um, feeling like I don't get to have a say is like music is exactly the opposite. It's like now I get to make my own space in the
Yeah.
world where I get to say whatever I want, and some people actually find that really helpful for them. So that I
I th-
do that. So
I think that's one of the main reasons that I write
mhm.
songs.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's probably true for a lot of us.
Hmm.
It's hard to find that quote unquote safe space in your everyday life.
Right.
There's always some bridge you're worried about burning or whatever, but then when you make it
Exactly.
into art, it is a little bit safer. It is a little more palatable.
Hmm.
And it's a little more understood because when you're making it into art, you're turning it into feelings that I think everybody has. It's less specific, less directed at one person. Like it might be about one person and your experience with them, but the words that you're using are applicable to so many situations that even if another person's not in your exact situation, those words can resonate with them and maybe help them out of
Right.
their situation.
Hmm. Yeah,
I,
definitely
I
agree.
get that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Cool, man. So do you have any notable live shows coming up that you want to talk about?
I'll be doing a winter concert
God
series
is
thing that I think will be cool at the
loving
Schlitz Audubon
was
Center
my
for January 17th,
fate,
I believe.
but
So that'll
all
be
your
more of like a
love was
hour-long set, a
built
little more
on
focused of a set,
hate, and
which should be a fun one. So I
you.
think that's kind of the main one I have right now
All
that
right,
I'm
man.
And
Well,
this
I'll let you go. It's been great
Stockholm
having you on. Thank you, man.
yeah.
syndrome in
Thanks for
my
having me.
brain